Sometimes I feel like psychology is all the other sciences, like cousin with ADD. Whoa, Aristotle! Holy crap, a brain! Look at that lab. Let's play with a computer. Wait, no, let's go outside. Hey look, a kid. I wonder if it dreams about balloons. Ugh. I don't know, man, maybe that's why I love it so much. A match made in heaven. Kinda like a dog and a squirrel. Oh my god. Hello friends and family, my name is Kapabite and today we're going to be talking about one of the things I'm most passionate about within my degree. It's one of the things people love most about studying psychology, and interestingly it's also one of the main reasons why people end up dropping out of the degree. But before we actually jump into that, if you enjoyed this week's video, please remember to leave a like below. In case you have not heard of me, my name is Kapabite and I make videos about psychology. I'm a third-year university student and this channel is my way of taking everything I find interesting within my degree and translate it to a way that most people can understand and have fun with. If you feel like that's something that interests you, I would really appreciate it if you considered subscribing to my channel and checking out the rest of my content. I make videos every single week on Friday. Alright, so on to the actual video. I'm not gonna hold the suspense, don't worry, I'm just gonna jump right into the thing that you clicked on this video to learn. And basically, this is what it is. Since psychology is a social integrated science, it contains pretty much every area of knowledge there is. And because of that, it's probably one of the widest range degrees there is when it comes to specializations, course choices, and basic content. Allow me to explain. When we're in school, the way that we study is divided into different subjects, right? We study math, biology, philosophy, and so on. What usually happens is you get into a degree in university and you choose the thing that is most appropriate to you, and you basically leave behind everything that you're not that comfortable with, so you can specialize in the things that you're actually good and that you find interesting. And the thing is, when that degree is psychology, it's actually a little bit different. You don't really stop learning all those things at the same time, you just focus them on the main thing, which is studying the human mind and body to psychology. Also, there's something really interesting about that fact. In that moment, when you're choosing your degree and when you're choosing what you're gonna do with your life, no matter what your area of interest is, a lot of the times that area of interest will pull you through psychology. And I'll explain why with an example. Say that you love biology, for example, and you find Robert Sapolsky's book called Behave, and you start reading that and you find it really interesting and you love the way that it explains like human behavior. So you look a little bit more into that and you decide that with your biology interests and you knowing a lot about how the human body works, you want to study psychology for your degree. Now, say that you want to become an engineer. And you've known that all your life, and for the sake of this experiment, let's also say your name is Jag, which is one of my friends from high school. You choose computer science, you breeze through your degree, you love what you're doing, you're basically doing everything you want to do with your life, and then you stumble into a course about artificial intelligence. As you start that course, you realize that you love that area and you want to go deeper into that, and before you know it, you're working at the joint department of psychology and engineering in your university. Now, last one, I promise. Say you're all about philosophy. You're not sure about what you want to do, but you really love the subject of Aristotle and Plato, and you want to look further into that. But as soon as you do, within your research, you realize that most of the things that Aristotle said about 2000 years ago are still used today in cognitive sciences. For example, his concepts of memory and perception. And so, you decide to give psychology a shot. Now, why do you think that happens? Why do you think these three people that I just told you about, why do you think they all end up kind of in the same place? Why do they all get pushed to psychology at some point? Also, what do you think will happen once they enroll in their positions? Do you think psychology is just for everyone? Well, I can tell you already, as someone who's seen a lot of people drop out, it's not really for everyone, and it's not really for everyone at any point. But then, who do you think it is for? Let me try to answer that with my personal example. When I first enrolled in my psych degree, I had just came from engineering and company management. Yeah, I know, very subtle change. Anyways, I had always liked maths, but I wasn't sure I wanted to be an engineer because I always wanted to work with people. And that is why when I found a course that was named Engineering and Company Management, I thought I was just on cloud nine, that I had found the right thing for me and that was it. Except that it wasn't, and I really hated that degree with every bone in my body. And here's something you don't know about that as well, as a kind of a bonus tip in case you're thinking about taking a course like that. Company management, at least where I studied, has nothing to do with learning how to work with people or how to be a leader. Company management is essentially just finance and accounting and marketing, which if you think about it is basically all just maths. And the engineering part of my degree was also just pretty much just maths, because the first 2 years of engineering are just calculus and algebra and a little bit of computer science. And I can tell you that by the end of second year, I was officially done with maths. And I'll skip through a little bit here just so this video isn't an hour long. I ended up switching to psychology, as you all know. And when I first got in, I was so excited to study something that wasn't maths. Like, I can't even tell you like how excited I was to study literally anything that didn't have numbers on it. And so I opened my course plans to check for the first contents to be evaluated. And hold and behold, I kid you not, the first course name was literally Introduction to Statistics Part 1. Meaning that the first thing I was gonna have to study was just more maths. And wait, there's more. There was gonna be more maths along the way. And there was. Actually, there were 3. Okay, back to the point. Sorry for my ADD. My point here is, as a psychology student, you'll have courses that go pretty much through anything in the world. And you'll go pretty deep into maths, into philosophy, into biology, and not even just in a theoretical way either. You'll practice like writing a lot. In some countries, you'll have hands-on biology courses like dissecting a goat's brain or something like that. You'll learn how to run a lab. You'll learn how to write papers. You'll learn how to work with computer programs, to do maths and to make spreadsheets and all sorts of things. And it's literally that, like it's literally what I said in the beginning of the video. I believe that psychology is one of the most diverse degrees there is. And honestly, that might not be for everyone. And that can especially apply if you're sick of high school, for example, like I was when I was done with it. And that's also one of the reasons why I believe that if I had went straight from high school to psychology, I wouldn't have liked it at all. Like, I think I needed that time to breathe. And like, once I actually went into maths full on, I realized that I needed a little bit of diversity or I was gonna go insane. Anyway, so one very important takeaway from this story is that I think that your expectations going into something alter the way that you perceive that thing very strongly. Since we're talking about a psychology degree here, I'm only gonna specify that case. But if you're going into psychology thinking that it's gonna be a very specified course, you might be a little disappointed, or you might be overwhelmed with the variety of things you're gonna have to be doing. And chances are you're gonna be confronted with a lot of things you're uncomfortable with doing as well. Because obviously everyone has their strengths and their weaknesses, and someone who likes to pull out their computer and do sheets of maths might not like to dissect a goat's brain. Or someone who likes to write science reports might not be into researching 2,000-year-old philosophy. But I really do believe that courses exist so that the students can take the best that they can from every type of experience. So my advice here, if you're already in this situation or if you're thinking about taking the psychology courses, try not to obsess over the things that you're not that good at, because you're gonna find a lot of that, and it's gonna be very present and it can be very frustrating at times. And especially don't focus on the things that you don't find interesting, because there's a really big chance that you'll find so many things that you do like that if you focus on the things that you don't, you're not going to see through it, and maybe you'll just want to give up because it's too overwhelming. I believe that this is a time to be exploring, and I also believe that you should have fun with it. Also, later in the degree, you can take a specialization and actually narrow it down a little. Anyways, as I was just saying, I think it's great that there are so many, if not all, academic fronts in just one degree. I feel like it's incredibly enriching, and I also think that it makes you more sure of what you're choosing for a specialization, because you've seen pretty much everything there is by the time you're done. Besides, the diversity that you find within the degree are all aimed at the same kind of goal, right? Which is understanding the human behavior and the human mind. And I love that. Also, this is just my personal opinion, but I think it's fun. And my ADD certainly doesn't complain. I mean, it surely wasn't fun when I found out there was gonna be more statistics, but I guess at least I knew a little bit of what we were doing because I had seen it already, and it kept me in touch with it, so I felt connected with something that I actually was supposed to be good at. And I can tell you now with absolute certainty, no matter the context, no matter the pretext, no matter the subject, my job will never be focused on maths. But yeah, if you're not sure about what you want to take after you finish high school, Psych can be a good choice because it will diversify a lot and you'll see what the options are. You can always change, I don't know, maybe here where I live, it's pretty easy to change courses if you change your mind. And hey, you'll be diversifying while you're pretty much just studying yourself, so how boring can that be? And yeah, that is the one thing I wish I had known before I enrolled in my psychology degree in university. If I had known it, maybe I would have entered with a different mindset and I wouldn't have been so confused during my first year. I mean, sure, it's loving everything I was saying, but in the back of my mind, just kind of wondering where the hell did that all go. You feel like you learn so many things, but by the end of it, you know nothing. Does that make any sense? No, of course that doesn't make sense. What the hell am I saying? Anyways, psychology is incredible. I deeply believe that this time of our lives where we go to university should be one of the most fun times we have in our lives. And not just because we go to parties and do crazy things, but also because of what we're actually studying and doing with our lives and what we want for our futures. Though I certainly miss some of those parties. But yeah, that's gonna be everything from me today. Thank you very much for watching this video today. I hope you had fun and I hope that was informative. If you found this video helpful, leave a like below. I really appreciate that. Also, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell to be reminded every time I have a new video just for you, which is every single Friday. If you wanna watch more, there's a video right here where I talk about why stress can be a good thing in our lives. And if you don't wanna watch that, there's a lot of content in my channel. And if you've seen all of that already, I will see you on Friday. All right. Bye, guys. Guys, I bought a light. Am I a professional YouTuber now?